Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, dear respected brothers and honorable guests. I'm really glad to have you here all, and I really deeply appreciate every steps that you have taken towards this event tonight. What Mustafa Mangal, just the chairman of our charity, presented to you, I try to summarize that in English, since we later on obviously want those who want to really know about this in a detailed way, and also the guests that we have over here, we also want to sort of give them a message that what we actually aim for, and also what we really want to do. The very things that we as a charity, when we founded this charity, was basically to those orphans who are in need to just feel their pain, and also as we did, we wanted to help them, and that was the very reason, obviously, when this charity was founded, and he carried on with the help of a dedicated team who do not want let's say no profits whatsoever from this. We are a profitable and non-political charity, and that is the very reason that has given the drives and energy to our brothers to give us a hand in this respect. So far we have been able to have some good results in our hands, and obviously some of those results was presented by our brother Mustafa Mangal, but what I also want to mention over here is that the results that we have got so far, it is, as we have a saying back home, that it is not a hair from the cow. The problem is so huge, and it is so huge that anything that we do, whether it be in thousands, still we are so behind of the problems that is going on so far, and these problems can only be tackled by ourselves. The very aim has also been that we should stand on our own feet. Although we live in this country with a very comfortable and luxurious life, but the problem that we have back home is not as such that we obviously spend our day-to-day lives. The problems are much deeper. The problems are such as the brother just mentioned, the orphans are everywhere. Just go in Afghanistan and knock on any door, you will definitely come out with some orphans, whether an uncle is looking after them, or whether, a relative, it could be anybody. But in the meantime, that family's problem is so deep that those children, or that particular child, is a burden himself for those families. And those are the lucky ones who have got the relatives around themselves. We have got even desperate ones, a lot more than that, who are just, everywhere, who are on the road. And we, as we know, that the bitter cold is coming, the winter is coming, and those children are crying just for some clothes to put on their bodies. I mean, it is a human being's feelings. Let's put aside all other beliefs that we have for them. What we also can see it from a different angle, and that is basically their problems are so deep that we, as not a charity but as a nation, should wake up. That can we only ourselves, like a few brothers have dedicated their time, and we have been, alhamdulillah, very successful. We I've been able to help about over 80 orphans, and we have sponsored them for almost a year for now, which will carry on, and we are in the process to sponsor another, let's say, 100 orphans, and that's on the way as well, inshallah, along with their mothers. You see, as we know, we have children. Most of honorable guests who are present here, they have children. When their child is asking for a luxury of this world, whatever it is, whether it's a toy or anything, it can be immediately provided for them. If not immediately, maybe that would be one of the items in their list that they will get it for them. But what our children are crying for is a piece of bread on their table because they cannot go to sleep with empty stomach. That is what they are crying for. What they are crying for is a room to sleep because they have lived in tents for years and years so far. The bloody war has been going on for a while. And that is long, 3 decades. And it seems non-stoppable. That is exactly our position. That we should realize that. But AfghanOrphans is unique in its kind. So far as we know, it is the only charity, registered charity within UK, which has formally started functioning and has got the brothers together. You see, brothers and honorable guests, what our aim does not end in any sort of limits that we should specify. These are our limits. As I mentioned before, the pain is deep, and our actions are so little. So what I kindly sort of want to put this message through is to get that feelings, to try to sort of understand those little children's cry and basically make them at least stand on their feet. We have different projects in hand, and one of the projects that we are building is a school which we later on develop into a hostel, inshallah, and that is one of the projects that we are working currently right now on, and also the other projects, as I mentioned before, we want to increase the number of the families that we currently have. So our aims are to get through them, and obviously as a charity we can be no one without you. It is you who can make us, and we together can really make the lives of those orphans. I really thank you for your kind attention, and hope I have put the message forward to you, and I'm looking forward for your cooperation in your future, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.